All right, welcome everyone with Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Yuu Yuu Hakusho, episode 102. Yomi.
Kurama.
Yeah, Kurama.
Those two.
Just trade offer.
Yeah.
You help me with my goals, and I don't kill your mother.
I think this is...
it's a very fair trade.
Yeah, it's a very good deal.
Yep.
No desire for retribution.
Nope.
As of right now.
You can count on me. I am a very stable person. I just really need you to do this thing for me.
Yeah. Because you might not do it.
You might not do it.
And I understand that. I might not do it.
Right.
If I was you. But,
in fact,
now I would do it.
If I was you, I would have done the same thing that you had tried to do to me back then, because, I was a different person back then. Right. I had a lot to learn.
Yeah, he's already relying on Kurama's advice to basically shake up his own power structure in a way. So he very much is cool with Kurama being a little bit of a wild card in his own organizational structure. So there is no emotion at play here. This is a very cold, calculated decision.
Exactly. It's just insurance so that I know I can trust you. And I do trust you now.
Very, very much. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Oh. Oh, wait, maybe this isn't as stable of a relationship as I thought.
Just immediate forest.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a fun design.
Yeah.
They're still at it.
Oh, right. This guy's pissed. That's why. Okay.
No, they seem to talk of nothing.
It's how they speak between the lines. Hardly the warrior's way.
There are 6 powerful demons that I encountered in a previous tournament. I'd like time to go recruit and train them for you.
Whoa.
Okay.
On the surface, it seems you've acquired the ability to make friends now.
Allow me to return home and tend to family affairs, and in exchange I will bring you these fighters. I'm sure you'll be watching me anyway.
Of course.
Cool.
I have to protect my investment.
Let's just say I'm invested in your future.
But the main thing is one of these demons is gonna be Kuwabara. Yeah!
That would be awesome.
Give me your test. It's time for me to brag.
That would be so cool.
So many mistakes. Your equations are off balance. I smell metaphor.
Could be.
So tell me, what's the scoop? Are you guys in another struggle to save the world?
Yep.
Which world?
Well, obviously, I'm not clear on the facts. But if you need help, I'll be right here.
A noble offer, but one I could not accept.
Nope.
This is a demon war where humans should not tread.
Aww.
A fact that leads me down a spiral of troubling thoughts. Kokoda, don't stray too far.
Oh, hey, there you are. You left. Is something wrong?
Aww.
No, I'm just staring at the moon. My new stepbrother, Kokoda, son of the man my mother married. In a short time, he's come to depend on me.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, it's not just mom now. There's also a little brother, too. Okay.
Hey, bro. Thanks for meeting me.
Why am I
Come
suspicious?
on, why are you looking so serious? I figured you'd be happy to see me.
Yeah, he's
Not
transformed.
Only should you be in school now. You've never called me bro before.
Yeah, this is not here.
Relax. Let's just go somewhere private where we can talk, trade some advice. I mean, that is your specialty. Your friend Hiei keeps getting stronger. Mukuro's officially made him second in command.
I was aware.
Is he being possessed, or is this, just a...
I think it's a disguise.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, maybe it's possession.
Say what you will, but I won't let you spoil this boy's lungs. Now come, I want to see who I'm talking to.
Oh,
it's
gross.
gross.
The guy that was talking with,
what's his
Before
face?
you try getting violent, you should know the nature of my power. As long as I'm still connected to my host body, if I die, then so will they.
A parasite demon. Did Yomi
Okay.
put you up to this cowardly act? Is this his way of watching over me, so I'll be certain to fulfill my duties?
That would be an effective way to do it.
Actually, Chief Sachi's who I'm working for. He wants to make sure you stay home and never come back.
And you think you have control over me? Since, as you said, if I kill you now, my brother dies. But I have methods to make your life so utterly meaningless, you'll crawl out on your own. And then beg me for your death.
Oh my god.
Okay, yes, I believe you. Now don't do anything rash. No need to kill me. Forget Sachi. Let's face it, I'm a parasite. Jumping from one master's back to another is what I do.
Oh.
Truth is, I lied. I'm playing two sides. Yomi sent me here. You wouldn't kill his aide, right? And he wants to know about those 6 fighters.
Yes.
Okay.
It's all in the works, and though I don't exactly trust Yomi, I'll bring them to his side.
Oh, is that wise? Not that I'm calling you unwise. Look, yes, let's work something out.
I like this guy.
You need intelligence, protection.
You're lucky, demon. I do have a use for you.
Okay.
Well, Yoko's out to play.
Yeah.
Oh, I got chills.
Yo,
Yo.
You're...
back in my robes, yeah. My dad decided this demon world business was more important than his grudge against me.
Okay. That's just...
Sometimes I think he planned it all, that even my disobedience was
He's
part
recharging his binky for the next disaster.
of it. So what's your plan? This could turn into a war, you know. When Ryzen dies, the power balance will fly out of control, and the outcome will be crucial. Kurama, I need you to tell me that your motivations aren't personal.
I can't do that.
Okay.
Ask Hiei or Yusuke if it's personal.
I don't have to.
I know it is.
I know you're all fighting for some inner need. But the stakes are too high for that. If Makuro takes over, we'll have more chaos than ever before.
And if it's Yomi, there could be a unity that's just as dangerous.
Yeah.
Whatever does happen there, how it's resolved will affect all 3 worlds for centuries. When you're making your decisions, just try to keep that in mind.
Cool. I like that interaction. I've missed these guys.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Wait, is he
Let's
planning
go.
to fight them to like test their abilities?
Time, Piker.
Chew. In high spirits, as always.
Very funny, mate. Why don't you take a real hard look at these muscles I've been working up? Urameshi and I will have one rage of blue this time. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it'd be pretty awesome to throw down with Yusuke.
We
Oh.
fought against all sorts of batty biggies being shinobi now, so I see it's nothing new. But it's the chance to run with Yusuke that brings me back around.
Since my embarrassing loss
Yeah.
against the old witch,
Yeah.
I have been craving a reason to start fighting and feel beautiful again.
Good. Maybe you'll stop asking me to call you pretty.
Not all of us have groupies to pad our self-esteem, Shishi.
Yes.
True. A slew of motivations, but the result should be the same.
Oh my gosh. This is so fun. I am excited to have them be here, but like
They'll have to get orders of magnitude stronger in order to be able to do anything.
I think it's more that they're gonna be they're gonna be super loyal and like Kurama can basically like not have to worry about who their their ties are to,
and use them in like very specific instances where maybe strength
right,
isn't
where
what's
it's
needed.
not exactly. It's more about having a team that can just go.
Tightrope walking with a bottle in his hand.
Well, the bottle makes it easier. It's just whether he's drinking from it. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah.
Do you have to ask? What?
So if you fall, you plunge yourself hard at the ground with your power.
Yeah.
Then how about the kicker?
Oh!
Yeah, I'll be signing autographs after the show.
That'd be great if you were just fighting rocks, Rinku. But you're going into a war zone. You all have to get tougher if you plan to live.
Right.
All right. Genkai helping out with this, it does me a certain way. This is really cool.
Yes, Shachi.
My lord, I feel obligated to speak.
My spy.
I have dependable information that Kurama doesn't plan to return.
Yep, here we go.
I know
Nice.
you trust him, my lord, but we have to ask ourselves what's best for this country. Can we postpone our plans any longer in lieu of 6 fighters that may not even exist? Military prudence, my lord. Steady acquisitions. That's how you've carved out your power, so why change that now?
Shachi, your devotion to our nation's army is unrivaled. There's no question about that.
The best compliment a warrior can hope to receive.
But I need you to put your devotion on hold. Your army is of no more interest to me.
Kurama, you better pray you don't come back.
Nice. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. Time passed. Hey! Cool. Looking good.
Well, 120,000.
Cannon power levels.
Yeah. No, see, remember what they said in the previous episode? No, it's just all relative measurements.
For us, all with energy levels of 120,000 or higher.
That can't be.
So how does that measure up on the letter scale?
You said you spent some time on them.
Who knows?
But these levels are rare feats. How did you get them all so strong?
Just good nutrition and the proper exercise. Nothing special.
Eat your green vegetables.
Funny.
Why don't you say the real training she put us through?
Excellent work.
Who cares?
Yeah, right.
And so, in return, I'd like to make you my new second-in-command, if you'll accept it.
Sure.
But, Lord
Neat.
Yomi, should you be so rash? We don't
That's
know if
my
it's just
job.
these six. Where their loyalties lie.
That is enough from you.
Great question, honestly.
What have you done these past 500 years to further my power, Shachi?
Well, I was just introduced last episode, so...
Sachi, by the numbers, you are the second strongest fighter we have on our side. But in brains and leadership, you are weak.
What do you know?
You speak of the army you've maintained, but what good's it done? Can you name one soldier with energy levels even close to 100,000?
Oh.
Okay.
They've all been sitting on their asses.
Yeah.
Great war for power.
Okay.
Where any edge we get could mean the difference between order and bowing to Makuro's chaos.
I was hoping they'd bring that up because they said in the previous episode that the other fighters don't really matter. So these guys would have to be something special.
Yuta, your point is heard. Now please draw up the papers to make this change of power official.
Who's he most pissed at?
Right.
You scrawny, conniving worm!
In some ways, what he might be just wanting is to anger him enough that he can just have a reason to kill Sachi. And then he just have the army immediately move, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, hell, yeah, he would know from...
Whoa, he's quiet.
Oh, shit, okay.
I mean, Kurama definitely knows he's coming.
But, yeah, I appreciate that.
But, like...
8,000?
Under 9,000.
He only wants to put this piddling maggot in charge? I have to save this country from falling apart.
Because he's as Soichi right now. He's not Yoko.
Shachi, no more hiding. Let's settle this.
Should have pointed at yourself, because you could probably give off your actual energy and be sensed, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's dumb. He's dumb.
Be wise.
Yep.
A blade can't undo what is past.
Whoa.
That's what your kind never gets. Blades can undo anything.
What Yuta said is correct. Dark times approach. I cannot waste effort on your personal feelings. I have acted solely on what I think is right.
Oh.
And my moves have been precise. The only thing you can influence now is the time of your death.
It's Shachi. Are you getting this?
Of course, sir. I hear you loud and clear.
Excellent. I want you to kill that boy you've commandeered.
Sorry, sir, but that I do not hear. I do not serve you any longer.
What?
Truth is, I haven't for months. The information I've relayed with lies to keep you busy. Kurama is my master now.
You sniveling traitor.
Apologies, Kurama.
We've both played our cards, and my hand was stronger. Now
Yep.
leave and let me do what must be done.
Yep.
Excellent work. My new second-in-command.
I'll put your head on a stick.
Not even attacking. Just dodging.
Nothing to mine. You don't stand a chance with that human stink on you.
Yep.
What's this?
You didn't do your research.
Done.
Yep.
the new dame to leech on.
What a dream.
Oh. Oh. Of course. Yeah. Right as he dies.
How? Fool, you should have known your enemy.
I love the effects they put on Yoko's voice.
Yeah.
Welcome, Yoko. It's high time you took control of him. For good.
In the stronghold of Lord
Oh my god.
cemented his rank as second in command.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't show him, like, in pieces or
In
something.
Kurama's war of identities, will Yoko be the one to take control?
Alright.
Cool.
Very smooth, very straightforward.
Okay.
Aha.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, we knew this had to happen.
Yep.
You know?
This basically played out exactly how we thought it would. Yep. The one cool little fun twist was the fact that Yomi seems really excited that things are moving along with regards to this.
Yep.
So what he's probably doing in the long term is setting up Kurama in such a way where they can then go back to the way things were with them being a duo.
Yep.
Where in everything he can, he's going to support Kurama so that the side of him that he partnered up with, Yoko,
ends up being dominant.
Is the dominant aspect of him. Because maybe one of the things that we haven't really touched upon story-wise that much is the idea that what Yoko really is not just a power-up transformation, but it's a whole other side of Kurama that he's had to suppress for the purpose of being able to integrate into human world.
Yes.
Meaning that in reality, he was never Soichi. He was never Kurama. He's, he's Yoko. He's always been Yoko.
Or maybe he did become them, and that's one of the problems for Yomi is that he's like, yeah, but I don't want Kurama. I want Yoko.
Well, that's
yeah.
In terms of absolutes, he totally became Kurama. Yes, but the idea of how much time you spend in one identity, has to be like incredibly powerful when it goes into the realm of 1,000 years. You know?
Yeah, exactly. If 100 years is but a moment in the lifetime of an elf, right? What is 15 years?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's you took a vacation, and congratulations, Kurama. I'm happy for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. But now let's get back to work.
It's very much the archetype of the character who was the expert, the best of the best in the things that they did, but then they retired from that life.
Right.
And then it's the no. The boss wants you back, but they don't want your civilian, kind of life.
Yeah, exactly.
They want you to pick up the weapon. They want you to pick up the book. They want you to pick up the thing that
and do what you're known for.
Do what you're good at, exactly. Yeah. And that's terrifying because the way we've seen it, I would say, for the most part up until now, is that was a past that he willingly cast aside, and he brings it up only when he needs to. So the Dark Tournament, great example of that. And then more recently, the stuff with Sensui. But those are very, very specific kind of very different edge cases and
edge case
stuff.
Scenarios. Yeah.
So there was never any worry, at least from the way the story presented it, that he would lose control and Yoko Kurama would take over in any kind of hard way.
No.
It's more of the no. This is just where my power comes from. It comes from this aspect of myself that I was.
And I keep it dormant
and I keep
because
it there.
It's helpful for me to do that.
Yeah, and I'm a utilitarian, so I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to... There's no point to that. But does Yomi know something more in where it's the more he gets back into this, the more he'll end up liking it. The more he'll end up changing, and then, I can then actually work with him more.
Because the some of the rules in the world building of Yu Yu Hakusho as a show flexes and shifts in between arcs, right?
Yeah.
For sort of whatever Togashi kind of needs it to be. And so on the one hand, I'm just sort of looking to see what the rules are of Yoko and how it's dealt with in this arc, right?
Right.
But in the Dark Tournament, Yoko was not something that Kurama was actually able to bring about. It was
Right.
something that was induced because of an ability, basically, that reverted him, right?
Yep.
So it was I don't have access to Yoko anymore, and then
Right.
all of a sudden I do. So
Yep.
if that ends up being played into as because the genie's been brought out of the bottle, now it's starting to leak out a bit more, and just...
Because he has been watching.
Right, he has been watching you.
Yeah.
And, maybe it took a couple arcs, but, again, for
Yeah.
an ancient being, that's nothing, right?
Yeah, I've got time.
Yeah.
Another Shachi will come along.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks that he has to basically die, but it's no. The only way he's going to die, because he's relatively strong, is that Yoko Kurama will have to kill him, which is exactly what I want. So Yomi is sitting there, Palpatine style, just very much do it, kill him, aggravate Sachi enough that he will try to fight Kurama, and
strike him down
in all of your hatred.
me.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Yeah. Like that's what Shachi hears, and that's also what he's actually saying to Yoko Kurama.
Right, exactly.
Strike him down. And it is kind of cool there because it's basically the Sith Lord wanting a new apprentice. He's just like, no. I used to have my rule of two. We had a really good thing going on, and then
right now I
had to
need an
deal
army.
with acolytes and armies and all that. Rather have consolidated power of elites.
Exactly. Now, so on the one hand, this arc isn't going to last very long because the show is, going to end soon. But one of the things that I'm curious about is that given that they actually brought up the idea of actual numerical power amounts, that's something that Togashi very much has avoided doing up until now in the show. He sort of did it with the letter classes and things like that. And that was always a bit, it wasn't always flexible. It became flexible, but okay. Given that Kurama is bringing in 6 people that, yes, are not necessarily loyal to Yomi. Yomi's not an idiot. He knows that, right?
Right.
If these guys are semi-comparable to what Sachi was, even if Sachi was drastically less powerful than Yomi, I'm curious if Yomi is at all concerned or believes this could even be a potential intention of Kurama that he could get enough people to be able to oust Yomi.
Well, if there's any linearity to the stat graphs that we saw a while ago, Yomi is beyond S-class ridiculous. Right. He's going to be 400,000. It's going to be the stupid numbers where it's no, he's not worried at all.
And also
he is a supreme being demon.
Yep.
Yeah, if anything,
he needs soldiers that are competent.
Right, if anything, he might fear the mind of Kurama, but not the power. I think it's maybe the thing of where he's like, no. If I keep him as my number 2, no reason to be afraid of him. I'm always going to see him. I'm always going to know what he's doing. Yep. I'm always going to, at the very least, maybe not know exactly what he's doing, but I'm going to be able to feel his intent, a little bit of his,
Right. And given that he wasn't around when the whole interaction with Sachi was happening, but he was like, obviously aware of it.
It happened under his domain.
I'm sure he knows exactly. He's got eyes and ears. It's like he's got nothing to worry about, right? So cool, awesome.
He has ears and ears too.
Oh, right. Well, yeah.
I actually really like his design because it makes him seem like he already has a crown. But it's the idea that this is maybe a really weird extra take. But I get this vibe from Yomi is that if any of them would delve into the Ubermensch type of thinking, it would be him. Because it's look, my biology literally makes me look like I have a crown. I'm meant to be king. I should be the one. I. And it's like, all right, calm the fuck down. You're going to meet Yusuke at some point, and then you're going to be like, I'm a bitch.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, well, this was definitely him being Palpatine and being like, yes, do it. I'll get my new apprentice.
My 2 apprentices against each other.
Just previously, we had Makuro be like, okay, so yes, I'm going to pit you against one of my, top 70 strongest or whatever. I'm also going to have you just slaughter like 500 or 1,000 of my troops.
Right. I think that point was that Makuro, and well, probably Yomi and Ryzen by extension, A classes, they don't really mean anything.
Right, like Kurama showed it with like looking at the graphs and pointing things out and stuff, but they all kind of knew that, I imagine when you get to that level of power, it's like the difference between an A class and a C class. It's kind of just, I guess that bug's bigger than the other one, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think it's, again, a thing of where it's kind of unfortunate, but we've gotten to that point where we're now counting power levels rather than actual techniques that have any kind of correlation to what they are. Meaning, like, it's we're kind of moving away from techniques, so it's I am just faster. You are still a fleshy meat sack, just like me. So as long as my number is bigger, I can pierce you or something. And
with the 6 that showed up from the Dark Tournament, and when they did their check-in, it wasn't I can fly super fast and I'm really tough to pin down and things. It's here's my number.
My number check.
Yeah, but at the same time, in the same episode where that happened, we also had the Parasite Demon, and while Kurama was able to be like, yeah, okay, your thing's cool, but I'm really competent. I can work around that and, make you wish for death, right?
Right.
That felt very similar
That was back to the old stuff with techniques and stuff.
Right. It felt very, very adjacent to the Chameleon Chimera Ant. I forget his name. Where it's like, ooh, this is a very specific ability, and you're weak in regular fights, but maybe this could be used to great effect, right? And in some kind of plot situation, right?
Yeah, the one that could hold his breath. And,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I loved him.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a very fun power dynamic kind of situation there.
And still, he was like, okay, I believe you can do it. So let's join sides immediately. I love I could kill this kid. Yeah, and I could make your life a living hell where you would willingly live it. I'm not willing to take that risk. Let's just team up. Yeah.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I can buy and sell you, old man. Okay.
It's the whole thing of we can have this intrigue and lots of little things, and then it's the person that comes in with the ultimatum of I will use all I have to make your life hell. Fair. All right. I'm done. I surrender.
Apologies. That was very rude of me to say such a thing,
Probably one of the points where the dub worked really well because it was and I can you can hear it in the tone of okay, never mind. Actually, I really think that
I love when that kind of shit happens in stories, whatever the context is really, but it's fun,
To see a character state confidently one way, another character just drops a one-liner, and you're like, well, now I'm this way. It's something where if you can communicate really succinctly why that about shift happens, you can actually get away with a lot in a writing sense, where it's I actually need this character's motivations to shift from one scene where we saw him spying on Kurama and Yomi to immediate 180,
right?
And have it make sense.
If you think about it, given that Sachi is now dealt with, what effectively happened in the narrative is Kurama got a very useful and convenient tool all of a sudden.
Yep.
Now, if you were to have Kurama just suddenly be like, oh, don't you know, I have a parasite demon that's been working with me, it would be like bullshit.
Yeah.
If it's one of my enemies tried to use it against me and no, fuck, that didn't work. And then it's just, oh yeah, you work for me now. Cool. We absolutely believe it. We're invested in it. It feels like a cool thing that happened because Kurama's competent, not just because we need him to have something like this.
Right. It's also a good way to deal with the pacing being quite fast in terms of the passage of time, which was something I was actually kind of maybe a little bit not all on board with, the idea of it matters whether or not his family is on vacation with regards to the threat.
It's because they're on a plane, but
who cares?
This is going to take months.
You've already got exactly, and you've got demons over there, no problem. So what does it matter since they're already over there, right?
Well, and I assume that you want Kurama to be here for a while. How is he going to keep the cover up with, his family of I'm just going to be gone for, what was it that Yusuke said, 3 years? It's no, that doesn't quite work. Here we go. He has a reason to be able to have leave because it will also involve training some new troops. Cool.
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I can also tell that maybe what's going on is that we're aging up Kuwabara to the point where he'll have graduated so that he can actually get into the show faster.
I would love that so much.
But
they have 3 years.
I am calling it now that's what's potentially going to happen.
Right, because let's be real. Is Yusuke the kind of person to make a deadline?
Well, no, it's the idea that, like, narratively it wouldn't be satisfying to have Yusuke basically make something like that and have us not see the end of it in some small way. Which I think is probably what's going to happen, is that they're already setting
the
up...
arc doesn't finish.
Regardless, the point is that they're setting up things that are way too big. So if we're going to have some kind of narrative satisfaction, which I think we should have some of it, is that Yusuke will probably end up being Demon King. Like, that's just going to end up happening.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason for Hiei to want it, I would say.
Yeah, no,
like,
no. I mean, Yusuke probably won't want it either, but, like... He could... Well...
I actually disagree. I actually could see Yusuke being a pretty cool Demon King. It's the idea of, like, all right, now, y'all are going to listen to these, people over here. Why? Because I said so, damn it! It's like, okay. And then it's the...
Say what again? I dare you.
Right, exactly. So, then he fucks off and goes and does his own thing.
Sure.
And then every once in a while he shows up, he's like, everyone doing their job? Okay, yes we are, sir. Like, I think he'd love it. I think Hiei specifically wouldn't like the idea of having to give people orders.
Exactly. He'd be like, no, I walk a lonely road.
Right, stop bugging me or I'll kill you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Responsibilities, why would I want those?
Right. But then also, his focus is a little bit, in flux right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's adjusting as a character.
Yeah.
Whereas Yusuke, I feel like has kind of coalesced a little bit more.
Yeah.
And if we can shift back to Yusuke after Kurama here.
Which, to be fair, we got our 2 episodes with each, and the Kurama situation seems to be stable now.
It seems to be stable, but I could still see them focusing more time on Kurama, maybe.
They did bring 6 new characters into his location, so...
Right, but because we knew them all before...
Right, we don't need to reintroduce them or anything, really.
Right, that was a fun use of Tagashi being like, okay, I'm going to have a cool, like, fan service moment that's going to make people go, whoa! Awesome! But I need to have a reason in the story for them to show up.
And
okay,
I like this reason.
Kurama wants to train basically a specific squad that he can rely on while he's in a hostile environment.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Nice. There we go. It's handled rather quickly, like very efficiently. We don't necessarily have to spend time with them, but yeah, it might be cool to see him set up the okay, but this is what you're actually going to be doing, like having a little bit of intrigue and power play.
Because in a lot of ways, if you don't have any conflict in the story that you're focusing on, just skip past it or whatever. Focus on something else, right?
Yeah.
Hiei had good conflict with the stuff we saw with him.
Now
he's at a good, solid new status quo, right?
Yeah.
In addition to needing to heal up from all that fighting.
Right.
Kurama, he had conflict. Sachi was a problem. He needed to make sure that the situation with Yomi was stable. It seems to be now, and he's made it extra stable by having the 6 people with him.
So yeah, it would be either a mix of a Yusuke and Kurama episode probably next, or just a Yusuke episode.
Yeah. And for Yusuke,
that would be my guess, yeah.
Right. For Yusuke, it's he really has no issues with conflict in the position that he's in. It's more of just, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, how do you feel about this? Yeah.
And then if he ends up coming into conflict with
we kind of need to learn a little bit more about Ryzen. Just a little bit.
The fact that
I feel like we know Makuro and Yomi a little bit more than we do Ryzen.
Right now, Ryzen is the least interesting to me of the 3, and that's not something that you want for the location where your main character is going to
which
be.
means he's probably going to get double dipped on pretty soon. So,
yeah.
All right. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.